week one of college basketball in the books. It feels like the season's been going on for months, honestly. I say that in a positive lens.
It feels right.
What do you mean by that?
It just feels right. We're back.
We are definitely back. Welcome back to Blue Blooded, the first in-season episode of all time on the podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Hammer. Welcome, accompanied by my big brother and GM of the podcast, Adam. Adam, you're wearing Jet stuff today. I was going to ban Jet stuff in the studio. You have a helmet over there, too.
Oh.
I was going to ban all Jet stuff, but they actually won today.
Swagged out Meadowlands to Manalapan to the pod.
Okay. MetLife fits 80,000, give or take. How many people do you think were there today?
Oh,
Like 7?
it was more than that, but it was probably less than 20,000.
Okay, not a lot. Jets get a win. College basketball's on. Everybody's happy in this house. Today's gonna be a great episode. We are gonna we're gonna talk mostly about who we've fallen in love with in the first week of the season. A lot of overreactions, maybe not so much all overreaction, but the players and teams we've fallen in love with. We'll talk about some of the big games of the week, like Carolina and Kansas, Arizona, Florida, etc. And then we will do some news and notes with some injury updates and a couple of other segments. So before that, I want to I do want to shout out some of the jerseys behind us. You have GW, by the way, because they're hot.
And they're my guys.
And they're hot. And that's your squad.
That's my guys. This is a wild jersey.
Wildcats select first AAU jersey, first circuit jersey in the studio.
That's wild.
Wildcats select, I think it's PA, out in PA, Taylon Kinney, Oscar Shebway, and Isaac McNeely. So shout out to Wildcats select. And we got the Mount behind me, Mount St. Mary's. Shout out to head coach Donnie Lind. He texted me last week. He said, I got to get you a jersey.
Nice.
I said, hey, we're here. And then I got the Lobos in New Mexico.
I'm not going to lie to you, the Lobos jersey is classic.
And it's a JT Toppin one, and he
Sweet.
fried
That's
in his
awesome.
first game.
That's awesome.
So not a Lobo anymore. But anyways, those are the jerseys. Let's get on. Let's start with news and notes. Okay, news and notes around the nation. How we're going to do this, by the way, during the season is I'm not going to use news and notes to go over like game results or anything like that. It'll be news and notes strictly injury updates, eligibility things. I don't know, whatever is news and notes around the country. So first thing I do want to talk about, to me, is the news. Streaming networks in college basketball. Well, streaming networks in general are a mess right now. But in college basketball specifically, not only do we have the YouTube TV issue. Is that still going on with Disney?
It is still going on.
Crazy. $60 they gave
I just got an email about 2 hours ago about the $20 credit coming. Not enough, by the way.
Kick rocks with your $20.
I know.
So YouTube TV and Disney, again, they always have these type of issues with big networks, is obviously a concern. But college basketball specifically, you got to have Flow Sports for like CAA games and stuff like that. The real reason why I have this on is about Urban Edge Network. Friday night, I'm trying to watch VCU Utah State, one of my favorite games of the week. I said it on the episode last week. I go on Urban Edge Network. It's free. I will say that. It's a free, you're allowed to watch a game for free. It's usually used to stream HBCU games, but I think this is their first big-time basketball game they did.
Interesting.
I could not watch more than 20 seconds without it completely freezing and having to refresh the page. I couldn't watch the game. I had to go back and watch it on film, like majority of it afterwards the next day. I couldn't watch the damn basketball game.
Watching film. You're locked in.
I'm a film guy.
Yeah, I know you are.
People know that. I literally couldn't watch it. It's just so annoying with all these different streaming networks. Our boy Cole Adams on Twitter always says that soon you're gonna have to go pay for Leapfrog Plus.
Yeah. By the way, Cole doing a lot of video work now. Love it.
Cole rocks.
Yes.
Anyways, streaming networks. I've had it. People are mad about people don't like ESPN Plus. The product isn't great, but it's the one thing that you need as a college basketball fan.
They have
need it.
every game possible. Also, we're a soccer family.
They do championship though.
Yeah, that's great.
They don't do EPL.
Championship,
obviously.
Great. Anyway, not the point.
Anyway, streaming networks. I felt I had to bring that up and kind of release that a little bit. Big news and notes as of 54 minutes ago. Carolina basketball tweeted out, senior captain Seth Trimble suffered a broken left forearm in a team workout Sunday afternoon. That is not fun. He's getting surgery this week. They don't know the length of his absence. They're going to know after the surgery. I think it'll be somewhat arthroscopic. I think that's how you say it.
Arthroscopic.
He'll have something done. I don't know exactly what he had done, if he's getting screws put in, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be available. Hopefully he's available at some point in the season. At this point, if they say, hey, he broke his forearm, he's getting surgery this week, and we have no idea, you're going to imagine it's at least 6 to 8 weeks, I would guess. I'm not a doctor, though.
Yeah, well, we're obviously going to cover Carolina and their huge win. on this podcast,
Yeah.
but that's a really big loss for them.
Yeah, it's a huge problem because they're already not a deep team. They are deeper in the backcourt than they are the front court, but they're not a deep team, and they're not deep with defenders, especially in the backcourt. And that's going to be the issue with this is that Seth Trimble is their leader, their vet. Like, that's their guy. That's their Carolina guy. Not having him to defend opposing guards is really going to be tough. And Carolina fans aren't happy with me because I was underrating them a little bit before the season. They had a great win. I love Carolina. I was excited for them. Their team looked great. This is a huge issue for me. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, I guess we'll have to see how long he's going to be out for, and hopefully it doesn't dip in too far into ACC play, but fingers crossed, I guess, for Carolina.
Yep.
The other one was Nate Pickens, BYU guard, transferred him, I think, from UC Riverside. Good shooter, is also missing he's missing the entire season. I saw John Rothstein put something out about that. I don't think he has played yet, but it's another potential shooter down for BYU. Don't think it changes drastically their floor or ceiling. Maybe the ceiling a little bit in terms of depth, but just something to note. If you look at BYU, if they have a cold night, they're missing a shooter. So that's going to do it for news and notes. Let's get into the home court advantage of the week. This week's home court advantage brought to you by none other than Home Field. I do want to say we're in the college basketball season, so these, to recap what they're going to be, this is used to highlight the coolest and best fan stories around the country in college basketball. We've kind of been floating around doing football and random things here, but now that it's college basketball season, it's going to be all college basketball fan stuff, stadium stuff, game day stuff, stories highlighted here. Adam, I'm going to take this one away, though.
Have you seen the Home Field Game Breaker jackets? Oh, my God.
Dude, they're like their version of starter jackets.
Starter jackets.
But better.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So our first real home court advantage of the week. We've talked about them before. I think this will probably put a bow on us talking about them for the season. But shout out to the University of New Haven Chargers.
Go Chargers.
The Hazel Center. Norlander was there. A bunch of media guys were there. They hosted Penn State Nittany Lions. That would be a Big Ten team in the second ever Division I basketball game played at the University of New Haven. Hazel Center has an official capacity of 857.
Wow. Dang. Yeah, it's smaller than most high school gyms.
Yeah. And the backstory, by the way,
crazy,
is Penn State basically said, hey, we will play there to help boost your revenue as a new D1 school, but you are playing for the next 3 years at Penn State, and we're not paying you for it.
I got to be honest, that is highway robbery.
But 3 for 1.
It was cool. 3 for 1. It was cool to see a big-time team go there.
Yeah.
I think that most of the hype was the lead up and like the first ounces of it and the vibe around it.
Yeah.
Then they got their ass kicked. They didn't really get an advantage by playing there.
There's not a lot of people in the arena.
Yeah, but playing in a tight gym like that.
In the room that's a gym. I actually read that it would be the 32nd biggest high school gym in Connecticut.
Oh my God! In Connecticut, it's a small
state, in the state of Connecticut. So shout out to everybody involved with the New Haven operation.
It's cool.
Really cool. It was the most quintessential college basketball thing I saw all week. I loved it. And like I said, we could put a bow on the Chargers for this season. See you next year.
Probably. You never know, but probably.
Probably.
Okay, fair enough. So shout out to New Haven. It was cool to see, I won't lie. Even though they didn't really get much of an advantage out of the week, they do deserve some love, and that probably is going to be the last of them.
You really wanted to do the 6-7 kids as the
No, I just thought the Evansville like recreation day or something.
11 o'clock game or something like that.
And the kids were going bonkers for 6-7 on the free throw line. It was or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah,
the whole stadium was going like, I was like, oh my God.
They hit a 3 to go from 64 to 67.
That's what it was.
And the place lost their mind.
Crazy. Had to take a 3 there. Exactly.
Yeah,
anyway, shout out to New Haven. Go Chargers. Real fast, I said we were doing a giveaway last week. We're doing a giveaway for the start of the season. We're giving away 3 $100 home field gift cards. And I said I was going to announce them. Here we go. Can I get a drum roll, please? I have randomized one winner from Twitter comments, Instagram comments, and TikTok comments.
Can I drum roll now?
Yes. On Instagram. All right, on Instagram, we got Nathan_Thomas. I think he said Iowa State, and he had Iowa State in his picture and whatnot, his bio. So shout out to Nathan. We got Boston_Connor. That is his name, it looked like, on Twitter. I think he said Houston. He was on for the national champion. And then we got Ryan W3433 on TikTok. I don't remember I didn't write what team he wrote down. Did I say it to you or no?
Ryan's Unite.
Yeah, that's good call. I didn't even realize that. Shout out to you guys, Nathan Thomas, Boston Connor, and Ryan W. on those 3 platforms. We'll hit you up to get you those gift cards. And thank you, everyone, for participating. All right, let's get on with the good stuff of the episode. We got through all the fun segments and whatnot. This is going to be pure analysis from last week. First week of college basketball. I do want to talk about some of the bigger games of the week. I think we should start there before we get into the kind of opinionated niche, who we fell in love with and whatnot. Is that fair?
Works for me.
Let's start with Carolina and Kansas. And let's start with Caleb Wilson. How about that?
I mean, my God.
Thoughts? I want to get your general thoughts on Caleb Wilson before I go off.
I don't really know where to start because he surpassed all my expectations. He was the best freshman on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
In a game where I don't think people expected him to be the best freshman on the floor.
No, Darren Peterson to me is the best freshman in the country, but yeah, go ahead.
He was great. Commanded the entire offense. Everything ran through him. Huge win for Carolina. I mean, you can go into your more tactical X's and O's thing, but
no, I'm not going to.
I mean, Carolina will go as far as Caleb Wilson goes this year.
Caleb, I knew he was going to be great. Everyone knew he was going to be great. The freshman class is amazing. He's one of those top guys. Give or take 5 to 10 guys, 15 guys in the country, maybe even better, obviously proving he's better. In terms of, like you said, like watching his film back, the comfort he had in the mid-range, the turnarounds, the touch inside the paint, the athleticism really pops off the page vertically. The decisiveness I think he had, the IQ he's playing with, the timing defensively, like everything was elite. But like there are 2 things for me that go way beyond what you'll see on the stat sheet that I was like completely taken back by. That I'm like, okay, he's a guy. He is a dude. One is the hustle, for sure. That man was diving on loose balls all over the place, on the ground, 50-50s. He's getting fired up. Like, he did not stop one ounce. He was going both ways, full in transition whenever he had to. Like, as a freshman, that says a lot to me. And then also the passion. I know he's a passionate guy. He said back in, like, September, he was at a Carolina football game. He got a viral social clip went around, and he was just like, I took it as he was joking around. He was like, yeah, we give him belt to Kansas. We give him belt to Duke.
I remember that.
We give him belt to NC State, everybody this year. And to me, I was like, all right, he's a young freshman, like a little cocky, whatever. Like, go ahead. But now after watching him play, hearing what he had to say after the game, doing the putting the pieces together of the puzzle, like that's just who he is. And all of a sudden, I have had this revelation and I love him. Like, I love that instead of me thinking like, oh, maybe he's a little immature or whatever, he's a gamer. He is a passionate, competitive gamer. He said that he never wants to, like, Carolina is everything he wants. He would never go anywhere else. He also says that before every game, he changes his wallpaper to motivate him. The wallpaper before this game was Darren Peterson because he said he didn't touch the ball, Caleb Wilson, in the McDonald's All-American game because Darren Peterson was on his team. That's like elite level type shit right there.
I really like it. By the way, you want to know what else doesn't hurt is he doesn't really miss shots.
No,
I think he's shooting like 78% through 2 games or something like that. So he's insanely effective, insanely efficient.
Yeah, I want to like the other stuff is amazing
No, I
because
agree.
it's so evident how good he is. It's so evident he is not going to be at Carolina past 1 year. As much as he said he wants to be in the rafters, you have to win National Player of the Year to be in the rafters at Carolina. Armando told me that when I was there. He said you have to be.
If he keeps doing this, he might.
He might. That's actually a good point. He probably could at this rate. Any of the freshmen really could at the top.
I was going to say I think it's important. Carolina, obviously, one of the top programs in the country. Not a secret here. The way that he's diving on the floor, the same way that he's embracing Carolina, and he's saying I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. They're going to embrace him, and it is such a good fit.
Yeah, and like Armando is kind of like that, but there haven't been a ton of Carolina dudes like that. And it's like Seth Trimble has been like that. A couple of the role players, Seth's a little more than a role player, but the guys who have been like superstars, like Caleb Love wasn't like that. He just wasn't.
No,
and that's okay. But this dude is everything.
Do you want? Okay, so backing up a little bit, like it reminds me a little bit of. He was there for 4 years, obviously, but like the way Tyler Hansbrough played.
Yes.
And the tenacity and how he got it, the bloody nose, like all of that.
If Caleb Wilson got a bloody nose, he would stay in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly.
It would be the same thing.
No, it's a good point. I'm sure Tyler Hansbrough is super proud.
Yeah.
In terms of Carolina as a team, obviously this is a massive win for them. I don't know what Hubert Davis said at halftime or what they adjusted. It wasn't much schematically that I don't think was super different.
No.
It was a motivational thing. It seemed like they were just working harder. They were kind of outworking Kansas a lot. I don't think Carolina is super deep, especially in the front court. But if they're going to get this version of Henry Vasar all year, and the Seth Trimble thing kills me, man, the injury. But if they're going to get this version of Henry Vasar, like, it drastically elevates my take on them and their ceiling 100%. Without Seth Trimble, I don't know where it comes from because, like, Kyan Evans and Seth turned it on offensively in the second half. They need natural playmaking guards to be aggressive. They need that. Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar and the front court dudes can't be doing that on their own. Luka Bogovac is going to have to do a lot more now with Seth Trimble out. Defensively in the perimeter, in the backcourt, I worry for sure without Seth Trimble. It's obvious. He was on Darren Peterson for 80% of that game. Darren was cooking for a lot of that game, but he still stifled him, slowed him down, gave him hand checks, played physically. They're going to struggle defending really good guards probably, but Luka Bogavac's definitely going to have to step up because Kyan Evans has been good to start the year. That being said, still a great win for Carolina. I have them at number 15, I think, in the country going into the week.
Give me a very quick Kansas thought.
Yeah. I want to say they need to give Darren Peterson the ball more, but they also can't give him the ball more because they can't just be like, Darren, you got to do everything for us. Like, Melvin Council shot the ball very poorly, even though I do love him. He's going to have to do better. Dawson's going to have to do a lot better. El Marco's going to have to play a lot better. Like, they have so many guards and playmaking guards. They need to find someone steady to play with Darren and kind of take the ball out of his hands a little bit. And then defending the pick and roll, they were miserable.
Yeah.
I love Flory. Paul Mbia barely played, and he doesn't seem like he can adjust this so quickly. Bryson actually was good. He had 4 for 4 threes, but then he fouled out pretty early. They can't defend pick and rolls and half decent schemes and sets and actions getting downhill. That's going to be a huge problem. They're going to get fried in the Big 12.
Yeah. The big struggle, like Vasar and Caleb Wilson torched Padunga. And the other guy, I forget his name.
Paul Mbia.
Yeah. So yeah, they're going to need to figure that out, but what Darren Peterson had, like, what, six? No, he had how many?
He had like
points did he have?
22 or 23.
Sorry,
Darren Peterson.
Council had 6 points against them.
Yeah.
To your point, they need more from him.
Darren Peterson was very good, though.
Yeah, but he was the only one.
You just can't do everything by himself.
He was the only one.
So we'll see how good. I think Kansas will be okay. They're gonna be games like that where you're like, yeah, I don't know what we can do right now. They just don't have the dudes and they're not playing up to it. So
yeah, and thinking back to the Big 12 episode, we both had said we like them to break out, but it's going to be tough if this is how they're built.
Yeah, it's early though. It's a good learning experience. On to the next one. Michigan State hosted Arkansas, which was an interesting game. This is an easy take on me for this game. It's early in the season one, Arkansas, but this is a classic Coach Cal Arkansas team. They're insanely talented. They were the better team, and they are the better team, especially on paper, player for player. But they're undisciplined, unorganized. They're reckless. Their freshmen made freshman mistakes down the end, and their upperclassmen made freshman mistakes down the stretch of the game, and that's a problem. And Michigan State's the exact opposite team. They have better coaching, better scheme, better defense, better discipline, better organization. They can't shoot the ball I don't know what it is. They just can't shoot the ball. They have guys on their team who can shoot. They just can't shoot. It was the same way last year, outside of like Jace and sometimes Akins, but they, even with those struggles and issues, they were clearly the team that deserved to win that game, and we're going to win that game. It obviously helps being in the Breslin Center too. That place is awesome.
Yeah.
I think Arkansas has a higher ceiling than Michigan State for sure, because I don't think Michigan State's shooting is going to vastly improve enough to get them to be a Final Four team. I felt that way last year, but it's even worse this year because they don't have Jace, and that's a massive difference. Where they're looking at Trey Fort, then they look to Cam Ward, who's really good. Kurt Tang, they look to in their early game to start the season. Like, they don't know where it's going to come from. I don't think any of those guys are going to be anywhere near what Jace was, obviously, and I think that's going to be their downfall eventually. But Michigan State, very good team. The floor is super high for them.
Yeah, Kohler will shoot the ball better. He usually does.
I love Jackson Kohler.
I was thinking back to the Big Ten episode too, and I think what I had said was the two freshmen, Cam Ward and Jordan Scott, are going to be really important to this team. And man, did Cam Ward show up in the first game.
He was good.
He had 18 points. They combined for like 17 rebounds between the two of them, by the way. If he's legit, he elevates Michigan State's ceiling a lot.
For sure. And the fact they can go to a second unit and be confident like that too. Jordan Scott, Do you know where he went to high school?
South Lakes High School, Reston, Virginia.
Shout out to our cousins.
Shout out.
Same high school. Just had to put that in there.
I know.
I texted Hayden. I was like, "Yo, your boys. I see him on my TV right now. It's crazy."
He knows them.
But yeah, I agree. Their depth is good. They're going to be good no matter what. They're going to win sloppy games. When Arkansas started chucking turnovers, like Billy Richmond is the epitome of Arkansas for me. He's a great player. I think he has NBA upside. Someone's got to tell him to relax. When he's dribbling the ball in transition, my man's got to relax. They throw haymakers of passes across the court, like such unnecessary things. There was one where a transition play, I think early in the second half, they had a 3-on-1 Arkansas. Billy Richmond's gone full steam ahead to the rack. He's got two guys he can dish for an easy two, and he tried to decapitate someone on the rim. He ended up going to the free throw line, but the point is, like, draw a defender in, dish it, easy two, get back on defense. Like, those little things are why Arkansas will probably end up not being a Final Four team, or when they lose in March, that's why they'll lose. They won't win a national championship, but they're so good. They're so big and physical and athletic also that, like, they can be a much better defensive team than all of Cal's teams in recent memory. So they can be amazing. I just don't, like, they're not putting it together. It's early.
Roster and talent aside for a second, Michigan State, from a strategic, like, fundamental standpoint, is the literal worst matchup for a Cal team.
Especially on a night when they were, like, they're not going to be that reckless all year. But yeah,
I know.
100%.
Early in the year, too. It's a horrible matchup for that system.
Yeah, but it's a good learning experience. The loss won't hurt them on their resume or anything like that. It helps them. It helps them for sure in a way. Let's go to the other game, Arizona, Florida.
Yeah.
Feels like it was a month ago because it was early in the week.
It's my favorite game of the whole week.
Really? My favorite was Virginia Tech Providence.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. You couldn't even wait for the segment.
You said your favorite game.
It was my favorite game of the whole week.
My favorite game.
It was so high level. The guards were so good on Florida.
Were they?
Sorry. I mixed it up. The bigs were so good on Florida. It was so long ago, like you said.
Yeah.
The bigs were so good on Florida. Everybody was kind of good on Arizona, but yeah, Koa Pete.
Oh, dude. This guy's crazy.
You give me the look. We like briefly talked about him in the All-American or like Best Freshman episode.
We were like, oh yeah, maybe he could be
He's
a guy.
got a shot.
Because we mentioned, like, I remember we were talking about it, and I was like, Jaden Bradley's probably their best player, but like Burries could be. Koa Pete's awesome.
By the way, Jaden Bradley, to his credit, looked like under control and really good.
Dude, the two-man game
of
them going downhill and Koa Pete on rolls is like they're not both not non-shooters completely. Koa more is, but they're not good shooters. It doesn't matter. They're both so good downhill.
Yep.
Tommy Lloyd said it after the game, and Koa said it also. Everyone keeps saying in Arizona, Jaden Bradley needs more attention, needs more love, needs more respect. You got me. I'm here. You got my respect. You've earned it 100%. It took one game. Absolutely. He looks fantastic. He's their number one option. He'll be at the high usage, ball in his hands all the time, even though Koa is, quote-unquote, the best player on the team. They're really, really good. The biggest thing for me is that they're really big and athletic in every single position, so it ups their defense more than they have in recent years. They remind me a lot of 2022 Arizona. Benedict Mathurin team, Azuolas Tubelis. They had a really good, athletic, explosive young freshman, Koa Pete. Benedict Mathurin, somewhat different because Benedict Mathurin's a better shooter. He's more of a guard. Then they had Azuolas Tubelis. They're playing with Jaden Bradley, so like switch the inside and out duo there. But a really good duo. They were big and physical. They had tons of dudes like Pelle Larson, Kirk Risa as playmakers, and Omar Ball off the bench. Like, they were so good and so athletic and so explosive offensively, and they could get it from all over. Like, Delorso was giving them some kind of burn there, and Braden Burries will probably get better. That 2022 team also didn't shoot a lot of threes, but they weren't like the worst shooting team in the world. I think that'll be the same story this year. They were a really good rebounding team like this team is already, and they're going to be this year, and that team ended up as a 1 seed.
By the way, they got UCLA at the end of this week, UConn next
week.
Yeah, the craziest out of that whole game, Arizona scored 93 points. They only attempted 5 3-pointers.
Yeah, they didn't need to. They
only made 2 of them, by the way.
They'll have to shoot more than that to succeed in, like, Elite 8, Final 4 title levels. But they can.
The fact that they can beat a team, they beat the defending national champions, bringing back the best front court in college basketball.
And they made their front court look silly at times, too.
Yeah, because Pete was that good.
Yeah, they were that good. So, Arizona, if I had to ask you right now, can Arizona win the national championship, yes or no?
How can you say no after that game?
Yeah, that's fair. I still think, like I felt in 2022 a little bit, and I've seen it over the years, like their system, how they play offensively has affected their defense, and in turn, it's capped their ceiling. But how can you say no? 100%. How can you say no?
If they go and beat UConn next week, what's stopping them?
And wait, they play UCLA Friday, and
They
then
play
UConn
UCLA
next
Friday.
week.
It says semi away. So I don't know where that game
Who
is.
cares? Yeah, it's somewhere on the West
Maybe
Coast.
it's Vegas or it's Intuit Dome, which is
LA.
Yeah,
That's the UCLA home game. Well, not really.
it-
It'll
yeah,
be even.
it'll be a lot. And then they're at UConn.
Oh my God. In stores.
I believe so.
That will be crazy. If they win both those games, like no shit, they're gonna be a title contender. They
and
already
it's-
are.
And it's at Gamble.
Oh, what?
I think that's correct.
I might have to make a drive.
Hold on, we're gonna do a quick check. here.
Arizona is playing at the small arena on UConn's campus. No way.
I'm making sure really quick.
That is crazy. Big if true. And Danny Hurley's a mastermind. I love that. That'll be freaking sick.
I'm trying to look up tickets. Please hold.
Don't look up tickets.
Well, that'll show. Yeah,
just go to the UConn
Gamble
site.
Pavilion. By the
Oh
way,
my
only
God.
$75 to get in.
I might have to make a drive. What
Dude.
day is that?
Wednesday the 19th. I'm in if you are.
February. Oh my God. November.
I'm in if you are.
All right, we'll talk about it after the show. We might have to make a quick trip to stores. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool. But yeah, Arizona looks really good. Florida, we'll talk about them more in a little while in a panic meter game because we'll talk about the guards. But my big thing on Florida is that Tommy Hawk needs to be more of an alpha for sure. He was at the end of that game. He looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And they need that all game from the jump. I think they were playing through the guards and then it wasn't working. So Tommy took over. They know that Tommy's got to be the one. Their guards aren't as good as last year, but that's okay. I've said that since summer, July.
Yeah.
They have to play differently though. They tried to play the exact same way they played last year, and when you if they had a Walter Clayton on their team or that type of closer, they probably win that game. I legitimately think they win that game where they looked lost. Like Boogie and Xavier looked relatively lost at times.
Xavier looked.
He looked good. He looked comfortable early on. Comfortable.
This is like in basketball. This is the most obvious thing. Too many missed shots.
Yeah, and but that's the system. They let the guards freely create. It's gonna have to be reeled in a little bit.
I'd like to see them take it to the rack a little bit more. Draw some fouls.
Yeah.
Too much outside.
Yeah, those are the three bigger games of the week. There were a lot of other games we're gonna get into. Let's do a quick, tiny break, and then we're gonna get into the teams and players and who we've fallen in love with. Okay. All right. Quick potty break for the boys, real quick. All right. This is what I really want to talk about. Week 1 of the college basketball season. I feel like we're finally happy we get basketball and everything. Now we get to like you fell in love with players and players and teams, I'd imagine, right? Like you start watching games. Koa Pete's a good example. The entire country fell in love with Koa Pete on night 1 of college basketball season, not just because he's amazing, but it was the first day of the year. So first week of the season, who have we fallen in love with in college basketball? Do you want to start? We can go back and forth until we're...
Why don't you start?
I mentioned before my favorite game of the week, Providence and Virginia Tech.
Oh, I wonder who this is about.
Well, no. First off, both teams.
Okay.
You know that I was relatively high on both those teams in their conferences.
Particularly Vatech.
Providence I had at 4 in the Big East.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech I had at 6 in the ACC and a tournament team. And boy, is Neoklis Avdalas making me look good right now.
Is this where we give you your flowers?
He is making me look good. Listen, I don't get everything right, but he is making me look good.
Yeah, that was you nailed that one, my friend.
Dude, this guy, I'm telling you, I called him. You know how they have like Persephone and Aristotle? Not Aristotle. That's a real person, right?
Philosophers?
No, not the Greek philosophers. The Greek gods and goddesses.
Okay. Anyway,
like Persephone. I don't know if she's the goddess of love.
Okay.
Let me look up some Greek gods.
We didn't plan this.
Like Zeus. Zeus is
Hercules.
God of thunder. That's
Sure.
Thor. That's in Thor.
Keep going.
Let me get some names real fast. There's a lot of them. Apollo, Olympian god of music. Ares, the god of war. Atlas, the primordial titan of astronomy. And then let me skip down to Neoklis, the Greek god of college basketball.
Oh, wow. So creative.
Yeah, that was good, right?
Yeah.
I used to like Greek mythology when I was in like school and stuff.
Apparently not. You had to look at a list of them.
It's been a long time. No, what do you mean? Neoklis, I had to update it.
Oh, yeah.
Neoklis Avdalas.
The Wikipedia.
He's awesome. I said the Luka Doncic, go watch his tape from Eurobasket and from playing at Panathinaikos, which, by the way, I said, is that going to translate to him playing in a nasty small arena of drunk Providence fans? He's fine. He played at Panathinaikos.
Yeah.
But boy, he looks like Luka Doncic. It's not even like everyone looks like Luka. That's his bigger European guard. The way he uses his body, the way he plays at his own pace, the way he gets downhill, he's so intelligent and he's so good. He's so smooth with his footwork. Everything impressed me. He everything to a T. He looked fantastic. He was making intelligent decisions. He was decisive. His playmaking was great. There were a couple of jumpers that he took that I was visibly. I think I was alone actually at my house.
Thank God.
And I would literally stand up and be like, "Oh my God, this guy's crazy." And I couldn't get enough of it. I didn't want that game to end.
Yeah, I'm not an NBA guy, but NBA Twitter sometimes comes in my feed in my timeline.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of his highlight reels that came out, and a lot of comments that were like, you know what? I'm okay tanking this year. It's a really good freshman class in general, obviously, and all these superstars. But the game is trending Euro these days, and oh my,
big and being a bigger guard, a bigger playmaker is a massive thing. Look at the guards all around the entire league. It's impossible to win. It's not impossible. It's really tough in the NBA to win without bigger playmakers. SGA is big. Luka is big. Playing with guys like him are great. Not only is he forward size, but guard skills. Defensively, he was fantastic. He was sprinting down in defensive transition. He had one stonewall block at the rack going in transition the other way. I forget who went at him at the rim, and he just shoved it down with two hands off the guy who shot it out of bounds. Virginia Tech ball the other way. Everything he does was unbelievable in that game, and I think Providence is good. Back to what I was trying to get at, I briefly glanced over it. Providence and Virginia Tech, to me, eye tests are both tournament teams. Virginia Tech with him are obviously great, but Amani Hansberry stepped up down the stretch. Jaden Schutt stepped up down the stretch. Their team is very, very good. Should be a tournament team because of how good he is also. But I think Providence with Jason Edwards also is a very good team. They're deep. I love Stefan Vox. I don't know if you watched him in that game. Their freshman. He is a fearless shooter. He ended up shooting 4 for 10 or 4 for 11 from 3, but he was 4 of 6 early, and he had to kind of start getting it up later on. But fearless shooter, almost hit the game winner, literally 2 inches off from when it hitting the game winner. It rimmed out on the buzzer and then kind of rimmed out and went to overtime. But I like Providence, Virginia Tech. I like more because they're best. They had the best player on the court.
Did you see Kim English pick up the referee?
I always want to put the picture on Twitter.
Yeah. Do you want to give a quick to the camera and give a point and say it?
Fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be worried if I'm Providence. Listen, Neoklis is awesome. Neo is incredible.
By the way, I think you had him there on the prediction show.
All-conference.
He's clearly going to be first team all-conference.
Oh, I had him there.
I think he was your fifth one there.
First team all-ACC.
It's not even a question.
Would not be surprised if he's an All-American this year.
He could be.
If they're a tournament team and they're a top 7 or 8 seed, and he's going to be putting up 21, 6 and 6.
Chicken or the egg.
Whatever.
If he does that, then they will be.
Right. Fine. And he's probably going to do that. So why can't he be an All-American? There's no reason he can't be. And if he does those things, easy lottery pick. Easy. How will you not want him running your team, running a young NBA team going forward? He's unbelievable. I messaged him right after the game, and I was like, my guy.
Did he respond to you?
Yeah, right away.
Okay. That's
See
good.
what he said.
You don't have to. I believe you.
Let me make sure I got this
Did you
right.
just respond with a Greek flag?
I should have sent him that.
Smash plate or something like that?
Let's see.
Opa.
I said, go off. Crazy game. He said, thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Opa.
There we go. Shout out Neo. That's our guy right there. We'll have to get him on the podcast.
So you gave yourself a little bit of flowers, and indirectly in that, I'll directly give myself some flowers.
Yeah, you deserve this one.
University of Tennessee Martin. Oh my God.
Dude, you're like a philosophizer.
Philosophizer.
What movie is that from?
Dodgeball.
What are you? Oh, he's a philosophizer now.
I read it once in a book. Yeah, I mean, I covered them because it was one of the most fascinating stories in college basketball. It's the European block of mid-major style. You did a whole TikTok clip on it. Jeremy Shulman coming from D2 ball or JUCO ball,
Florida
from
State?
East Florida,
Or Tech
bringing some
State?
guys with him. I'm going to read these names to make sure I get them right. Okay. Dragos Lungo
Lungu, I think.
and Andrija Bukomirovic.
That was pretty good.
23 points each at UNLV in a late-night effort during the week. They walked away with they were 320th in Ken Palm before the season started.
And they
UT
were
Martin.
predicted 8th in the OVC poll. OVC is bad.
Yeah, the overseas not good. They skyrocketed up all of that with that win.
What are they at now?
It's like 270 or something
Okay,
like that.
we're
Which
getting
again,
there. We're getting somewhere.
287 now. By the way, they play Bradley this week and Florida State next week.
Oh, we talked about this. Yeah.
This is a little teaser for the Sicko schedule this week.
Yeah.
They play Bradley on
Jaquan Johnson.
Wednesday. my God.
Dude, 33 piece. He's amazing.
He's great.
Duke Dean 2.0.
He's great. They play Bradley this week. Shout out Coach Jeremy Shulman.
Yeah.
What a cool story, man.
Dude, I can't. I remember the episode, the mid-major episode. We're sitting here talking mid-majors, and I have like 30 mid-majors written down.
Yeah, that was not one.
And then you're like, we did a whole MVC. You go, do you have anyone in the OVC? I'm like, the OVC? I was like, maybe Little Rock? I don't know. You're like, let me talk about UT Martin. I had no clue. And I was like, dude, I don't know, but they're gonna be awful or amazing.
The Skyhawks.
They're amazing.
I mean, but
And the nation is on them.
I know.
But people were giving you credit.
I know. I saw that.
The people that watched the show, like Christian from Enjoy, like a couple of the guys, were giving you some love, and you deserve that. So,
Good.
flowers.
Thanks.
Here's your metaphorical flowers.
Go Skyhawks.
It was a good week for us.
I'm smiling. That team makes me so happy.
Jersey's on the way, by the way, for the studio, obviously,
God.
for obvious reasons.
My
Plus-
side.
plus-
My side.
plus more.
Good.
Got some gear.
They're the best.
Shout out to UT Martin, the Skyhawks. It feels good for us.
Yeah, it was-
Neo and UT Martin were the two biggest things
Yeah.
we've been on all off
Out
season.
of left. I think they're both kind of out of left field too.
High five.
Woohoo.
Yeah, they're a little bit out of left field, especially. I mean, yours is like
Yeah,
left
it was-
field is out of in a different ballpark
It's
in minor
it's-
leagues.
How do you say left field in Eastern European?
Look it up. Well, that's not a language.
Keep going.
That's not a
All
language.
right, let's move on.
All right, I'll keep going. IU Indy.
No, I mean, dude,
They are the best, worst team in the country.
you said it best to me. It's like if you were playing College Hoops 2K8 Diamond Press all game.
1-2-1-1 zone press.
Yeah, everyone
Hell
knows.
yeah.
If you know, you know.
You know what it kind of is to me? Like watching an IU Indy game is basically like watching an F1 race if no one had steering wheels. But you have to keep going the whole time.
Okay.
It is so chaotic. They're 0-3 right now, I'm pretty sure. They lost that game to LIU. They lost to Butler, and they lost to Ohio State.
They scored 102.4 points.
They dropped
against
100 at Ohio
yeah.
State, and I was like, what is Ohio State doing?
Yeah.
And then I watched the LIU game, and I was like, oh, my God. What did I miss? Holy shit.
Sorry, Ohio State.
It really is incredible how fast they play. I think they're right now, they're like 340 something in KenPom right now.
Yeah.
It very similar to like Buckyball at Sanford, like kind of on crack a little bit or on steroids because like it's so hectic and reckless. They do a full court press for 40 minutes straight, 94 feet. They do hockey subs, so they play 10 guys. They go 5 in, 5 out every like 3 or 4 minutes. 5 in, 5 out. Towards the end of the game, they kind of adjust it a little bit. They do in the Ohio State game. I watched it back. They scored a bucket like a minute into the game. Immediately, they were face guarding and switching everything in the backcourt. I'm like, these people are psychopaths. They start trapping everything in corners.
By the way, adjusted tempo. Number one.
Offensively, full sprint to the rack, as you can imagine. I mentioned the hockey style subs. I have a lot of notes on them, by the way, if you haven't figured that out.
I love it.
They did play Ohio State tight. LIU is a tournament team also. Like those are
Yeah.
Butler's probably not a tournament team, but Ohio State, LIU realistically should be tournament teams this year. In those first 2 games, they forced 40 turnovers, and they took 68 threes in those first 2 games. Like, that is absolutely crazy. Ben Howlett was the West Liberty coach, the D2 level. They scored over 100 points a game last year last year, sorry. Over 100 points a game when he was there last year. He got it from Jim Crutchfield. Jim Crutchfield right now is the Nova Southeastern coach who are D2 national champions. This guy's a D2 legend. Jim Crutchfield coached Ben Howlett when Ben Howlett was a player at West Liberty. So it comes from Jim Crutchfield, passed down to Ben Howlett. Crazy. They went to 80 Elite Eights in 15 years between the two of them being head coach. They lost the 2023 national championship game. Like 4 of the IU Indy Jaguar guards were on that West Liberty team last year. Like, it's crazy. They haven't had a winning season in IU Indy, formerly IUPUI, since 2011. They're not going to have a winning record this year.
No.
But if there was a team to make some ridiculous run in their conference tournament for no reason, it's something like this.
By the way, he went 217-37 at West Liberty.
It's ridiculous on any level.
Yeah.
You could put that in a rec level, in a 7th grade basketball league. It'd be crazy.
It's really fun. I tried to fit them in the sicko schedule this week because it's really
I
sick,
kind of
but-
want to just let it all out of the
Yeah.
notes because I'm just trying to say, if you haven't watched IU Indy basketball game, just go watch it once so that you can be like, wow, that was something.
By the way, you kind of mentioned it. Not on the player I love list because I already loved him. Bruce Thornton. My God.
He had 38.
Yeah. I keep saying my God. He had 26 in the IU Indy game. He's amazing,
if he could
dude.
take a big leap like that, that's huge for them.
He's oh my God.
He's
I've
disrespected
only
him too
missed
much.
6 shots all season.
What?
He's only missed 6 shots all
show me.
season.
They played 2 games.
It doesn't matter.
What's total field goal attempts between 2 games?
27.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
And 12 of them are threes.
Damn.
Those are the only shots he missed. He has not missed a two-pointer.
What?
Yeah.
Last year, he was the best mid-range shooter in the country.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah,
And
he's
and
crazy.
by the way, he's 15 for 17 from the free throw line. So, shout out Bruce Thornton. That's my guy.
Wow, that's crazy. Bruce Thornton's a dog.
The only other team I have on teams I've fallen in love with is the Bonnies. And by the way, we didn't mention this, but shout out to the Field of 68 for what hopefully is the start of a new tradition. I think they want to go 24 hours next year on the tip-off marathon.
Trying.
So, yes. That
marathon
college
Monday.
basketball missed it. We really need it. The venues were really cool.
Yeah.
Specifically the one, I forget, Rock Hill.
Rock Hill is cool.
Which
And
is-
it was packed at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
that game.
it was
So
really
you
cool.
watched Joe Grahovic.
Bro.
He's amazing.
He is the most majestic person I've ever seen. Here's the thing. You knew that he was going to be good. You knew that Buddy Simons was going to be good.
Oh.
You knew that Frank Mitchell was going to be good. Where the hell did they find this Caden Charles kid?
I don't know.
And by the way, I know the answer because they got him from D2. Speaking of, there's a lot of D2 here.
Yeah.
From North Georgia. He was awesome.
I mean, the D2
They beat the crap out of Bradley.
D2 and JUCO guys are the best. They're
Yeah.
unbelievable. They're hidden gems. Always.
He was great. I think he scored 18 and 8. He did it all. He was like the clear early contributor and aggressor in the game. They looked really good, St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, they did.
And
Him, Buddy, Grahovic. Oh my God.
And by the way, they also this week play Siena in state, who's 2-0.
It's a good squad.
And they have I forget who the other game
Siena's
is this week
good.
too. But I'm like really excited about them. I maybe this is an overreaction
Could be.
from week 1. I think they can win the A10.
Maybe we should swap them and Loyola in our rankings.
Oh boy, I don't think they're going to be in your panic meter.
They will.
Loyola.
I'll add them. I'm just decided.
10.
We'll do the game in like 2 minutes. We'll
The
do it,
answer's 10. We could start with them.
10. 27.
Not good.
11 out of 10.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out Woj.
Yeah, fighting Wojus. Trying to get him on the pod. We're working on
Oh,
it.
is he busy?
He's a follower.
What is he? Must be busy.
Whatever. I don't know about that. No, I don't know. 2 other teams I wanted to mention that I've fallen in love with. One is Gonzaga, which I did not think I'd be saying because I'm like, oh, I like Gonzaga. I always do. Like, they're obviously good. They're going to be really strong. I think the nation has underrated them because when I watched them against Oklahoma on late Saturday night, I know Oklahoma to me is not where I was not a team I was super high on, and people were kind of like, oh, Oklahoma dark horse. They're not that good. Doesn't really matter. Gonzaga was a bunch of grown men out there. And then I started doing some research this morning after watching that game last night, or as of recording this today, Sunday. I said I felt like Gonzaga was a team of grown men versus OU, whatever, so I started doing some research. Their entire starting 5 is 21-plus years old. 4 of their 9 rotation guys are 23-plus, including a 24 and a 25-year-old who will turn 25 and 26 respectively during the season. 6 of their 8 college guys that they have on the team have missed at least one full previous season with a medical red shirt.
Wow.
So it's not like people are like, oh, the pros and all these eligibility things. Like, all these guys, Graham Ike missed an entire year at Wyoming. Adam Miller, who it was like a decade ago, he dropped 30 in his first game for Illinois. He missed like 2 years, I think. Braden Smith from Colgate missed an entire year. Tyon Grant Foster, obviously. Steele Venters missed an entire season last year at Gonzaga. Like, they're a fully healthy and eligible Gonzaga team is scary deep and it's scary balanced. Like, their bigs are really good. Their forwards are good. They're an intelligent team, and their defense is so much better to me. It can be so much better to me, I'll say, than Gonzaga has had in the last few years. And also, the one guy who plays that's not an old dude is maybe one of their best players.
Yeah.
Mario Saint-Supri, amazing name, by the way. The youngest Spanish national team player since Ricky Rubio in 2009.
Wow.
Amazing, and he's an amazing playmaking guard. He looked fantastic for them. NBA scouts are on him a little bit. Like, this Gonzaga team having a multitude of playmakers between Saint-Supri, Braden Smith, they play through the bigs also, and then having Jalen Morley, Tyon Grant Foster, Steele, and Saint-Supri off the bench with Ike and Huff still there. Like, they're crazy good.
You said you felt like you were watching grown men against, and they are.
They are grown men. I think they're 12th in overall experience, college D1 experience technically. Realistically, if you factor age into it, they're probably the oldest team in the country. I can't imagine there's anyone older. That's good.
I am very excited to see them in a couple weeks in person.
Oh, yeah, they're playing at Players Era.
They're
playing Maryland.
But they play Alabama first.
And then they play Maryland?
They play
They might beat Maryland by 40.
Well, we'll get to them in a minute.
Yeah. One more team I fell in love with, Indiana. Definitely did not think I'd be saying that. But that's another team I was high on in the Big Ten rankings.
Remember when we did the rankings and I said I refuse to put them high in the rankings because I don't want to give their fan base anything to like latch on to?
Yeah.
I kind of knew this was going to happen.
Yeah,
Lamar Wilkerson is amazing.
Dude, you question that. You're like, oh, wow, you have him on the all-conference team. He is amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
Him and Tucker DeVries, one of the best 1-2 punches offensively in the country, without a doubt.
Yeah.
They're so good. They are the only team in Shaka Smart history to put up 100 points on a Shaka Smart team in regulation, ever.
Wow.
Ever. They dismantled them today. They had 56 at halftime. Tucker had 24 at halftime.
I think Marquette may also not be that good, but not
doesn't matter. He's a defensive coach, defensive system. Like, they look so good, Indiana. I love them. And their guys are like Reed Bailey, a couple of their guys haven't even been playing great.
No, he wasn't great.
So if and also Darian DeVries said it in the offseason, Tucker's never been this healthy. He's never been fully healthy. If this is a fully healthy Tucker DeVries, I'm on board and I believe him.
How high do you think they could finish in the Big Ten?
It's a kind of a crapshoot in the Big Ten, but they could finish top 4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I think after 2, they could
probably. Their ceiling is probably, because defensively is still concerning, their ceiling is probably like a 4 seed in the tournament, which would be an incredible year for them.
Yeah.
And they'd be happy with that. But love Indiana. Love how they looked versus Marquette. Obviously, we're going to see how they roll going forward. So, okay, that was the teams and players that we've fallen in love with, or maybe re-fallen in love with, we should have said.
Yeah.
Some of them we were already in love with. Some of them I had a crush on maybe. Now I'm in love.
Bruce Thornton is my guy.
That's your dude?
That dude.
He's awesome.
I drafted him in it. We have a little
fantasy league,
blue-blooded pod fantasy league too, and I think he has the most points on my team so far.
I don't know who has the most. Oh, I have Neo.
No,
guy's the best.
No surprise there.
All right, let's do a panic meter game. Maybe, and we might have to do this every week or maybe every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Panic meter. How much are you panicking on these teams or things? 1 through 10.
Okay.
10 being you're panicking, 1 being you're not panicked at all. I'll just bring it up and we'll just chop it up.
Okay.
First one. Ready?
Yes.
Mountain West.
10.
11.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll say 9. Because
it's probably 9.5.
So let's go through it. Boise State loses to Hawaii Pacific D2 team in realistically the biggest upset in college basketball history, technically.
Sure.
UNLV loses their first game to UT Martin. They did look better against Chattanooga. They beat them handily. GCU lost a bye game at home to Youngstown State that they definitely shouldn't have lost to, even though Youngstown State looks good also to start the year. That's not good for three Mountain West teams that want to be tournament teams.
I think you're missing some too, but yeah, it was not
the bottom of the. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 that I really wanted to highlight. San Diego State, Utah State look good. Yep. Utah State beat VCU.
The VCU win by Utah State. VCU came roaring back in that one.
That's
by the way.
Martelli, baby.
No, I know. I saw it coming.
I love Utah State.
Yeah.
Gary Clark looked great for them. If San Diego State and Utah State can be like great, like in and out of the top 25, great. It carries the Mountain West enough to be like, okay, it's fine, the conference. But
yeah, but we talked about this when we did the episode. The out-of-conference schedules are not good enough for a lot of them to get bids. And like Boise State just completely played themselves out of the at-large bubble. An at-large conversation. It's over.
Essentially, unless they have a near-perfect season the rest of the way.
It's over.
Yeah, there's no way they could win out the rest of the season. If I'm on the committee, I'm like, there's no way I'm letting them in.
There's no way.
No shot.
And like Colorado State doesn't have they do play Vodtech, which will be a really fun one.
Colorado State looks decent.
Yeah, but they don't play anybody. Nevada doesn't play anybody. Like New Mexico doesn't.
New Mexico looks good too.
They don't play anybody. So the problem is. So anyway, I'm at like a 9.5 because if those are the losses that they're incurring out of conference, they're in a lot of trouble.
Fair play. St. John's.
Why don't you start? I'm pretty low, like 3-4.
I was gonna say a 5 out of 10. I'd panic. Only because their goal is to win a national championship, get to a Final Four. Dude, Rick Pitino said in the offseason, you don't need to win. You don't need to have what did he say? You don't need to have a point guard anymore in the game of basketball. He only said that because he doesn't have a point guard.
Yeah, but we called
it was so obvious
on that
like.
Too.
Ian Jackson looked very out of sorts in that game against Alabama when he definitely shouldn't have. Like, it's a game where offensively for their guards, they should be amazing. Between him and Joseph Sannon and Isaiah Sellers, like, they're still playing the same way. They have guys who on paper are shooters or can shoot, and they're not shooting the ball. And they refuse to. And when they do as a team, they're miserable shooting the ball. Like, I was at that game. It was astounding to me how they look more out of sorts than the team did last year. Again, it's early in the season. I get that. but they don't have a true point guard or playmaker. Kadari Richmond, as much of a non-shooter as he was a great passer and playmaker last year, even though he was a forward. Like, he was their point guard, and they needed that. And I like Bryce Hopkins. He looked good in the first half. Didn't look great in the second half. But if him and Zuby can be, like, dominant together, like, they can be great. But they need something from the guards, man. They need something from the guards. And I say 5 because I'm like, I don't want to overreact. I don't want to underreact. It's a problem for where they want to get to.
I'm probably at like a 3. You said it best because I had said to you, Ryan, they scored 90 whatever points. And you're like, no, Alabama let them score 90 whatever points.
Yeah, Alabama could have slowed the game down if they wanted to. That's not
their style. I'm at like a 3. Talk to me in a couple weeks.
That's fair. Let's do another team that you might be higher on the panic meter. Maryland.
I'm at like a 4.5 here.
Oh, they
5.
look terrible against Georgetown.
I'm not arguing that.
Oh, God.
The first half was really bad. I think they had 3 field goals in the first half or something like that.
You said you're at a 3 out of 10?
I said 4.5.
Oh, I don't know why I heard 3. Sorry.
Well, maybe that's what you wanted to hear. I'm at like a 4.5. Look, you got what you thought you were going to get out of a Buzz Williams team. They couldn't shoot well. They're really athletic. This is not. I'm not exaggerating. I don't think because of all the injuries, Miles Rice just came back, and another kid, and Solo Washington's still out. Like, these guys have legitimately never played basketball together.
Yeah, that's the only grain of salt I'm giving. I'm at like a 6.5 out of 10 because they looked like
they look bad.
Even though it doesn't matter, they look so bad. They made Georgetown look really good, which Georgetown is not bad, but I still think that they made Georgetown look a lot better than they are too. So
I don't think Georgetown looked good at all. Malik Mack's pretty good.
Malik Mack's nice.
By the way, Pharrell Payne. Boy,
monster. He's a scary fella.
But the issue is they should be playing through him, and they weren't.
It's tough too.
But if
he's a bruiser.
If he's going to shoot 80% from the free throw line this year,
then play through him. Fine.
Anyway, I'm not that high. Yes, that was awful to watch, and it made me angry. But I'm willing to give them a couple more weeks. Talk to me after Vegas, because if they lose to UNLV,
that's a problem. They might. It's gonna be a good game. Let's get the next one. Florida's guards. I'm at a 3.
I was gonna say like a 5. I figured we'd be flipped on this one.
They're not as good as the guards last year. That's not a fair standard to me. Todd Golden's an amazing coach. He will adjust the system to kind of get them in better looks and better schemes and sets and actions and get the most out of them. I think in due time they'll adjust also, and Xavier especially will adjust to the physicality and the athleticism that he's being defended at, and they'll adjust playing together. I don't think it was pretty, obviously. It did not look good. Arizona's the worst matchup for them. It's a big, strong, athletic, really good and well put together team. So I wouldn't overreact. I think it's a 3 out of 10. People are overreacting a lot about them, I think.
You mean Arizona?
So. People are overreacting about Florida.
You said Alabama.
I said Arizona.
He meant whatever.
Chat?
Arizona.
Whatever. What'd you say, what number?
5?
Fair.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I think a lot of people are I mean, look, Xavier's your boy, but like I think a lot of people are more, is he the right fit? I think he looked comfortable at times, but again, it's just too much. It's just too much shooting.
I like, and he was given that freedom to do that. I like that he was comfortable to take shots, to get downhill, to be crafty.
Sure.
He needs that freedom. Otherwise, he's like, that's why people don't realize. That's why he went to Florida. That's why he didn't go to St. John's or consider like BYU. Maybe he could have been a little free, but like there were a lot of schools that were trying to get him that were. I don't know if I'm breaking news on that. I shouldn't have said those things, but it's okay. But it's fine.
Late.
He went to Florida to play in a system on top of everything being right for him. So I think in due time,
I'm not overly concerned about them as a team, but the guards do concern me.
Okay, let's go to Purdue. They were tied with Oakland at the half. Love Greg Campy. They ended up winning that game pretty handily. Braden Smith almost had a triple-double, but they didn't look great. TKR hasn't played yet, but athletically in the front court, they look outmatched sometimes, and that might be an issue defensively. Like Oscar Clough is not going to be able to defend Yaxel Lendeborg. He is going to get ruined.
Yeah, I'm at like a 1 here.
Yeah, I'm at a 1. I'm at a 1.5.
I was going to say the same thing.
Because their goal is to win, again, like I said with St. John's, their goal is to win a national championship, Purdue, and they definitely can still. But if they play against a Michigan or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is with a really good athletic big, they can give them problems. TKR, we know, is not a good defender. Oscar Clough is not an awful defender, but against really lengthy / athletic bigs, he and they will struggle, I think, unless Daniel Jacobson becomes the truth.
Yep. Agreed. Look,
but it's Purdue.
This is bound to happen to them. Greg Campy's a great coach. Oakland's not all that terrible.
Yeah.
By the way, he got booed a ton.
Campy?
Yeah, by the Purdue fans.
I
don't
didn't
know
see
if-
that.
Someone tell us what that's about. Yeah, they were like booing him. I don't know if he was like going off on the refs or on the sideline or something like that. But they showed some clips during timeouts of the fans just berating him.
Oh, he's the best.
I love Greg
Love
Greg
Campy. He's
yeah.
a sweater guy with Izzo. Did they do the Christmas sweaters last year?
Yeah, I think
That was
did.
it was them. We love him.
Anyway, no, I'm at like a 1 for Purdue. Really not concerned at all. Matt Painter's an extraordinary basketball coach.
I'll do 2 more quick ones. Oregon barely beat Hawaii, and they barely beat Rice in their 2 games. I'm on Oregon. Jackson Shelstad played in the Rice game, not in the Hawaii game. My boy Waylon does not look good.
I know. Why don't you start? I was gonna say.
I'll say a 7 because they're not deep, and if they're struggling this early against teams that they should be pretty much manhandling in some kind of way, that's a problem, especially in the front court. They're not really doing that. So I'm worried for sure. That being said, they will definitely beat someone really good at Players Era for no reason at all.
Yeah, they play Auburn and San Diego State there.
All right, those are actually those are really even games both ways.
Yeah.
So those would be good games.
By the way, this doesn't matter. I want to make it very clear when I say it, but they've already dropped 20 spots in KenPom from two games.
Yeah. Interesting. What's your number?
I'm probably like a 6 too.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned. They were never deep.
No, we knew that, but they should still be winning these games easily.
Well, here we are.
Last one, Loyola Chicago.
11 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's
a
over.
problem.
It's over.
But you know what's going to happen if they're going to do great in the A10 play.
It doesn't matter.
No,
it's
but
over though.
they're going to do well in A10 play, and they're going to ruin the idea of 2-bid league.
It took a buzzer beater to beat Cleveland State. They lost their next 2 games.
They just lost on a buzzer beater, right?
They lost. They lost on a buzzer beater. Was it today? Today to North Texas.
Yeah.
And they lost to 334th ranked Mercyhurst by 8. By the way, it wasn't even a close game.
Yeah, it's a problem for the Ramblers.
It's over.
Oh, we got to turn it up for Sister Jean. I'm sad.
Maybe this is why. I don't know. Maybe everyone thought they were going to rally for.
Maybe they're sad in the locker room.
They're just so sad.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm with you. 11 out of 10. It's over.
It's over.
It's sadly over.
0-bid A10.
0-bid A10. All right, let's get on to the rest of this week. That's going to cut it for what we had recapping the week 1 of college basketball. Let's do the schedule outlook. I'm going to go over some of the big games to watch out for this week. Consider this your homework for the week. Our other brother Eric actually said this to me at the Johnny's game. He said, "Man, you should do a video of because Eric wants homework. What game should he watch to get ready for March now? Who should he be looking out for? Stuff like that. So consider this your homework for college basketball if you want to learn more and whatever. I'm gonna give you the big games to watch throughout the week, all the way to the weekend, and then Adam, you're gonna do the sicko schedule.
Let's go.
Basically, like the really good under the radar, a lot of mid majors, stuff like that. Also, people giving you shit on Twitter last week. These aren't sickos. These are just the best mid-major games. I got to be honest with you. Whoever's watching all these mid-major games are sickos. Like, I'm a sicko. Yeah, it's like people majority of college basketball fans watch power schools only. So
I got a lot of shit
that.
about the Furman High Point game. Let's be like, that's just a great game.
6:30 on a Monday.
Go tell a casual college basketball fan you're watching Furman High Point, and they're going to refer you to Gamblers Anonymous.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Immediately.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm on your side. Yeah. All right. I'll get into some of the games of the weekend to watch. Games of the week, schedule for this week. Monday, that's tonight as of the episode coming out, Mississippi State is playing Iowa State in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Don't get it? Love it.
Love it.
Absolutely love it. Tuesday, Tuesday's a crazy day. You got Florida State at Florida. You have Dayton at Cincy. Kentucky at Louisville. Let's go. Texas Tech at Illinois. Let's go × 2. And then Memphis at Ole Miss. Thursday, you have Purdue at Alabama. Let's go again. And then on the weekend, you got Arizona versus UCLA in Los Angeles, playing the Intuit Dome. UConn versus BYU at TD Garden in Boston. And then you have Houston and Auburn on Sunday afternoon. I love that. Oh, you also have Creighton at Gonzaga on Thursday. I skipped that one.
You did skip it.
Creighton at Gonzaga also.
Tuesday is loaded. By the way, we're 0-2 on Wednesday slate so far this year.
Yeah, what's up with that? It'll pick up.
I don't know.
Anyways, those are the big games to watch. There's games basically every single day. Wednesday, go out to dinner like we're doing. You're not going, are you?
Oh no,
Are you skipping the family dinner?
I have a game of my own.
You got your basketball game?
Oh, we have a basketball game.
Adam joined a men's league.
I joined a men's league.
Dude, what was your stats in the first game, by the way?
5 points and like 4 rebounds.
Solid.
I mean,
get a block in there or a steal?
I got a block. I'm not in basketball shape.
No.
Let's call a spade a spade.
But you were like a mid-round pick. They do a draft for this? Crazy.
Yeah, no, it's very serious stuff. Yeah, I have a
Anyways,
game on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So I'm skipping
Wednesday's a good day to have that.
I'm
My
out of
soccer
it.
league, we won the championship last week. We have a week off, and then the next season starts.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's like real soccer, just season's over, season starts.
Literally. All right, sicko schedule me. Hit me, baby.
All right, Monday, UNC Wilmington at Kent State. Kent State had a really nice win against Cornell the other day. And they
Okay.
lost to Troy. There's a lot of you and I love when out-of-conference in-state games happen. There are a ton this week.
Hit me.
One of my favorites is Davidson at Charlotte.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, a really fun one this week. Both teams are 2-0. They play every year. Charlotte hasn't won in 3 years.
Okay.
Arkansas State at Missouri State. Missouri State is like low-key big Twitter fan base.
Yeah.
And the Red Wolves of Arkansas State are pretty good. That'll be a fun one. Another in-state one, Siena at St. Bonaventure.
You mentioned that earlier. Love that game.
I mentioned that earlier, which is really a fun one.
Love that.
And then I also mentioned this one earlier. This is my favorite game of the week, and this podcast favorite game of the week. University of Tennessee Martin at Bradley.
Oh, I love Bradley. This is going to be a me versus you, I think. It's
you
on
know what?
Wednesday.
It's on. Hey.
There are your plans Wednesday.
The Bonnies are also on Wednesday. Who said there was no Wednesday schedule?
Yeah, you said that.
I did say that. I'm sorry. Over the weekend, Furman at UNI. Furman, by the way, 0-2.
Yeah, and UNI is 2-0. They're nice.
I know.
UNI's nice.
Furman's playing a lot of purple teams
Yeah, what's up with that?
early in the year. That's a big one.
Maybe they're confused
That's
on
a
the
big
court.
one for them. They kind of have to win.
Think they're confused?
Maybe that's.
They don't really have to win.
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean,
They're not getting that large bid. So.
I know, but
I hear
it'd
you.
be nice.
It'd be nice.
Speaking of High Point, they're at UAB.
High Point, by the way, rocks.
They beat the snot out of Furman.
Dude, they can score 300 points in a game.
Yeah, in any game.
Golly.
They're really good.
Sorry to stop
I may have
you.
to take them off this list soon.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I'm trying with the sicko schedule to like get a little deeper. Wait till you hear the last one I have for you here.
Okay.
Troy at Loyola Marymount, pretty sicko.
Yeah,
But
that's
Troy's
pretty sicko.
Troy's like legit good.
That's like 8.5 out of 10 on the sicko
Troy
scale.
beat Kent State and Furman already this year.
Okay.
They play Loyola. They play San Diego State and USC in 2 weeks too.
Wow.
So that'll be really fun. This one is for the sickos, Ryan.
Hit me.
On Saturday, and this is your St. Thomas Tommies.
They've been struggling.
They've been struggling at SEMO,
SEMO's nice.
Southeast Missouri State.
SEMO's nice.
I know. That is on Saturday. That's a really fun game. That is like the most sicko game I have on here.
Love that.
There's a lot of really good Mountain West and A10 games this weekend. GCU, SLU.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, GCU at St. Louis, UNLV at Memphis, Colorado State at Loyola Chicago, who we previously mentioned. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
No IU Indy. What the hell?
I'm sorry. I tried to force them in there, but I did.
Well, here's my thing. Let me take care of this, okay? Because they're 0-3. Look, if they're playing basketball,
they play Eastern Michigan.
No. Ready for this? How about IU Indy versus IU Columbus?
I see that.
Never heard of them, but I'm watching it.
I bet you it was a rebrand with the IUPUI thing too.
They're gonna win that game, guarantee.
Well, where is it?
They're home.
It's in IU Indy.
It's in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
They're probably playing. I bet you they're letting them play at where do the Colts play? Lucas Oil.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, another really great game this weekend that I didn't want to double down. Youngstown State at St. Bonaventure.
Bonnie's got a good schedule this week. Yeah.
Really good. Really, really good.
All right, so put all that together. That's your homework. That's your schedule for the week to watch. Let's do Q&A real quick. You have a couple questions set up?
Yeah, I have 3. I'm going to ask the first one really quick because we kind of talked about it, but this is from Kellen Palmer.
Go.
Given what you've seen so far, I added that into it. Who's going to win the A10 this year?
Dayton. I'll stick on Dayton.
Okay.
St. Louis looks good.
Yeah.
Dayton.
Good. We could just move on there. Okay. Olivia Kate Stratton said, thoughts on Kentucky being ranked first in KenPom?
Yeah, I was like dumbfounded. They've been kicking the shit out of the teams they've been playing. That's why I don't take much of it because there's nothing really to go off of other than them having really good preseason rankings, obviously.
3.
And they were 3 in preseason?
Yeah.
All right, so this is nothing then, realistically, to me. Honestly, like, they're playing Louisville this week. Let's talk after the Louisville game. They should beat them at Yum Center, but let's talk after that.
That'd be a great game.
Oh, can't wait.
And Brady Mitch 3 on Instagram was wondering which team has raised their stock the most after opening weekend.
Good question. Let me do a score check of something that's happening right now real fast.
This is the first time you're seeing this question, so.
No, I want to see a live score of something that's happening right now. I was going to say Washington, but they're losing to Baylor. Never mind.
Oh, you guys. Hannes.
Indiana's probably up there. I mean, Arizona, like the teams that won high, Arizona's probably the one in terms of like, even if they only go up 8 spots in the top 15 is like more than anything else. I'm I'm trying to think of other teams that, like St. Mary's, I think has gone up on my radar a little bit.
Yeah, they look
And I'd
good.
say Virginia Tech on the national radar.
Yeah.
Not on my radar. I've been here, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Been here. So
Arizona's
that's
probably the
Gonzaga.
objective answer, I'd say. Or
Arizona's
Alabama,
the
even.
answer. Yeah, I don't know. Bama, I still have mixed feelings on. They're still the same kind of Bama, but then again, the same kind of Bama is a top 5 team in the country, top 10, 2 seed. Like, so maybe they did raise their stock a little bit. They definitely did it in some capacity.
Carolina?
Well,
Well,
not as
the
much.
injury hurts now, too.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm kind of tentative to say like yes or no on that. Scrolling down too on like KenPom, like there's no one really that stands out as like, oh yeah, I was way off on them, like way
Well,
off.
like you said, it's early.
It is early. It may be Gonzaga in the back of my mind at least. That's all.
I think Indiana might be a good answer.
Indiana and Arizona are my final answer.
Yeah, great.
Lock it in. Sweet. That's gonna do it for this week. First ever in-season episode of the Blue Blooded Podcast. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, supporting, and watching. Don't forget to follow on socials and everywhere. Subscribe, leave comments, and we'll be back next week. Not going into Feast Week. It'll be a week out of Feast Week, right? It'll be like an extra week out.
Oh, boy. The Feast Week one's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're going to be live from Las Vegas.
Maybe we'll do it from the F1 track.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Can't hear us.
Yeah, that's episode over.
If it's like a weatherman, like a tornado. He's like, yeah, it's crazy out here, Michelle. I can't hear you.
This is what it's like playing against IU Indy.
Basically an IU Indy game.
Yeah.
Again, appreciate y'all. Have a great week. Enjoy the games. Tuesday night loaded. The whole entire week loaded. Love you guys. Thanks again.
Go team.